Hi, and welcome to the Wildling podcast. Today, I want to talk about hygiene, and this might not be in a specific order. I did kind of make a few notes because I'm hoping I'm not going to forget things that I want to talk about, but I am mostly just going to be saying as it comes to me, if that makes sense. But where do I start? Where do I start? That's the big question. Um, well, first of all, the importance of hygiene, I think, cannot be overstated. I am very big on hygiene and cleanliness in general. So I'm going to talk about personal hygiene as well as a couple of other things that kind of still go along with that, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. My mind is sort of all over the place right now. I apologize, but I really want to speak about this, so I'm filming it anyway, even though I really am feeling all over the place right now. But anyhow, let's start with this. Hygiene, when it comes to your home, is very important. And some things that seem to go overlooked, like I feel like at this point, people understand like what clean and dirty is in their house. Maybe not. And that's definitely different levels for different people. I am kind of on that extreme end of things. Like I like things very clean and in order. And oh, I forgot to mention that I do have my fan on, and I'm really hoping that it's not picking up on the mic, but it's hot in here, so sorry about that if you can hear it. Anyway, I I think there's also a difference between messy and dirty. Kind of as you go through your week, it's not like it's abnormal to have messy days, but to just live in filth is on another level. And I understand that some people really will start battling with their mental health, and so they don't clean and they need some help with that. And I get that. I'm not speaking on that right now. I'm talking about just in general cleanliness and having good hygiene. So if if you're using sponges, they harbor bacteria. They will hold on to bacteria. So you have to be careful with using sponges and not cleaning them or replacing them. And I like disinfectants. I don't feel like just using soap and water on a countertop is not really my thing. I want to use a disinfectant spray, even the wipes. Like I feel like I need more than that. And um so I guess you can kind of look into what feels more like your vibe, but just get it clean, okay? Just get it clean. And you should not be wearing shoes in the house. Outside shoes should not be worn in the house. A lot of people do that, but you're bringing in a lot of nastiness from outside. And for me, yes, I guess I am a germaphobe, but it's like humans wise. I can go to the woods and not feel super disgusting, full of germs, whatever, even though there's bacteria and stuff out there as well. But humans are the dirty thing. So, anyway, if you're wearing shoes in the house, you're bringing in a bunch of nastiness from the outside, and that includes poo particles, okay? Bodily fluids. Yes, that's correct. That's on your shoes. And then therefore getting all over your house if you're wearing your shoes throughout the house. If you have an indoor outdoor pet, they're bringing it in. So that's something to be mindful of as well. Same with outside clothes. I'm kind of a maniac when it comes to like cleanliness in my house. I don't like outside clothes on even my couch. I want to be clean before I sit there. And a lot of people don't do that. So yeah, maybe I'm next level with it, but it's at least something to be mindful of. And if you are going to do that, then I just recommend like at least maybe taking some of that spray disinfectant and just kind of going over that at least once a week. Every night would even be good, but just something to be mindful of. And your phone. Your phone is disgusting, okay? That should be cleaned off every single day. If you go somewhere outside of your house and you come back in, your phone should be wiped off. It should be disinfected like immediately. You should be washing your hands when you come in as well. Also recommend not wearing your shoes and changing your clothes, even a shower, you know? But if you don't want to go that far, at least think about the surfaces that you're touching and then touching your phone. Ew. Ew. So yeah. And then your car as well. I see people eating in their cars all the time, and I damn well know they did not disinfect their car. They may not even have even remotely disinfected their hands. That's gross to me. So don't forget things like that too, because you're touching a lot of surfaces again, and then you're touching your steering wheel, you're touching your everything in your car. And then if you eat with that, ugh, if you're touching your phone with that, and then you're taking your phone in your house, ugh. It's if your phone's in the gym floor, ugh, your hair's touching stuff at the gym and it wasn't disinfected. Like, just try to think about all the disgusting surfaces that is being touched when you're outside of your house and then what you're bringing into your house. I'm just something to consider, okay? You don't have to go as crazy as I do about it. It's just something to consider. Now, moving on to personal hygiene. First of all, I don't want to offend anyone, and I understand a lot of people just don't know better. And that's why I'm making this to just kind of it for to be educational, not to be mean to anyone about it. So, I hope you're not taking this the wrong way. But anyway, a lot of perfume is not a substitute for a shower. Let's start there. A lot of cologne is not a substitute for soap and water. You still need a shower, okay? You will smell dirty and like ass and flowers, or you'll smell like ass and whiskey tango foxtrot, whatever the men are wearing, you know? Like you're gonna smell. So you still need a shower. The perfumes, the colognes, that includes scented lotions, things like that. That's like the icing on the cake. Okay, that's like something that's just enhancing your cleanly smell. But there are too many people that are drowning themselves in perfume, which, first of all, migraine, thanks a lot. Second, it's not masking the funk enough. You're still gonna stink. And it can end up being the combination of smelling the body odor and the perfume or cologne. It's not a substitute for bathing. You still need to bathe every day. Every day. Some people don't. I don't understand that. Again, I know I kind of take things to the extreme. Like me, I like two showers a day. And some people get fussy about that. Like, oh, you're wasting so much water. No, I'm not. I'm not wasting a bunch of water. I'm not in there for an hour every time. First of all. Second of all, I'd rather be clean. Okay? If I need to be soaping head to toe, like in and out in 10 minutes to wash the funk, I'm washing the funk. Leave me alone. Okay? Three's even better. But anyway, this is how you soap. Let's go through that. Well, let me start with the hair. Um, that is going to depend on how active you are. Like, if you're someone that does a dirty job, you're probably gonna have to wash it every day that you work. You get home from work and you're probably gonna have to wash your hair. Or if you do like high intensity workouts, really hot workouts, or you're surfing or swimming a lot, like things that are going to get your hair really dirty on that level, you're gonna obviously have to wash it more often. So you're probably gonna need to condition it really well also. But if you don't have to worry about that as much, or even if you do, like, I highly recommend looking into what your hair type is because that is going to help determine how often to wash your hair and what products to use on it that's going to be best for your hair type. This is something that I had to learn, and it's not like your stylist just knows because my stylist told me once a week, but that doesn't actually work for my hair type. And my hair was just not having it. It was not happy about that. And I mean, like, and I felt disgusting. And this is like trying to keep my hair clean and sleeping with my hair covered so I'm not getting my pillow dirty. And it's also supposed to help protect your hair if you sleep in like a silk bonnet or a silk lined something. That's supposed to be better for your hair and cleanliness as well. So I do that. Um, but I do for my hair type, I have high porosity hair, so I need to wash it at least twice a week. And I do try to schedule my days. That makes it easier. Highly recommend scheduling your hair washing days. And I have to basically condition the shit out of it because it needs it. And that's what my hair needs. So just really look into your hair type and what products are going to be good for that. And it doesn't have to be specific brands. I just mean more like, so my hair needs oil and conditioner or whatever, like three different kinds of conditioners. Look into that and also taking into account what you're doing to your hair. So if you bleach your hair, you're going to probably need more TLC. If you are using heat on your hair often, it's probably going to need more love, you know? And also, I highly recommend if you have hair long enough to just start going through your hair. And this has become one of my new favorite stems. I absolutely love turning on an audiobook or podcast and just going through and clipping my split ends. It's a good stem for me. So, anyway, just going through your hair, the sunlight is the best time to do it. And just really looking through all your strands and just clipping the split ends. You can't really, I don't know if you can see, like get a little straight. It doesn't have to be up to the top. Okay, where's the damage? Look for the damage, and that's the part you cut right above, right above that damage. So if the tip looks white, that's probably starting to split. Just cut that very end piece off. Or if you've got like this long of split ends and damage, obviously that's what you cut right above. And that helps so much. Even if you're getting regular haircuts, they're not going through and getting every strand of hair. They're not getting the new growth. They're not getting the broken pieces. It helps so much to go through and just trim off those split ends and any damaged pieces. And like I said, it can be a great stem. So if your hair is short, if you want to have somebody that you can trust to go through your hair and get rid of the split ends in that way, you can do that too. Um, yeah, so anyway, I think that that is very helpful and going with your hair type is very helpful. And using a shower cap on the non-hair washing days to help keep it dry while you're taking a shower is also really nice. Um, I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to as far as hair goes. And like I said, being mindful of the surfaces that your hair is going to touch. So if it's going to be on the gym floor, that's no longer clean at all. Okay, anyway, when you're in the shower, you need to have a face wash. And you can pick one for your own skin type. Dry skin, oily skin. Do you wear makeup? Do you not wear makeup? Man, woman, whatever, doesn't matter. What's your skin type? Get a face wash for that. You need to wash your damn face with its own specific soap. Okay? Drying it with its own specific towel or washcloth as well. Yes, that is a good thing. And having just the basic skincare routine. Okay? Please, just get the most basic skincare routine. It does not have to be a fancy 20-step thing. Basic. Okay? Have a face wash, a face oil, and a face lotion. If you don't want to do the oil, fine. At least get a face specific lotion every day. You wash your face, you moisturize it. There you go. Your whole body. You wash it, you moisturize it. hmm Basic skincare routine makes a difference. All right. So when you're in the shower, you need to have, it's good to exfoliate at least once a week. Choose your method for that. It can be like using a exfoliating sponge, it could be using a draw brush, whatever it is. But just make sure it's cleaned, and that helps because you want to get that dead skin off. Every day, though, you should be using a washcloth, a clean, fresh washcloth, not a reused washcloth, definitely not a loofah, not a sponge, not something that is clinging onto all that dirt and bacteria from the previous shower. It needs to be a fresh washcloth, not just your hands, a washcloth. Get the soap on there, okay? I don't care if you want to use a bar of soap. Use the washcloth. Get that bar of soap in the washcloth, scrub it around to get the soap on that washcloth, and then use the soap. Don't just use your hands. Don't just use the bar of soap. Don't just use the liquid soap in your hands. That is not enough, okay? And then you want to scrub your ears, your neck down, everything. Do you hear me? Everything. Before you get the body wash on your washcloth, you can also use just the wet washcloth on your face to help gently exfoliate that as well. Again, separate face wash, then your body. Okay? Take the washcloth with the body wash. Get your ears, in your ears, behind your ears, around your ears. Get your neck down. Get your back. Oh, I can't reach my back. Then do the little, this thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Figure it out. Get your damn back clean. If you got to get a brush, that's better than nothing. Get it clean, okay? Just having the soapy water cascade down, that's not cleaning it. That's not cleaning it. So don't just do that, okay? You want to scrub everything, everything. And then when it comes to your private parts, okay? Don't leave that out. Do not leave that out. I don't understand when men specifically talk about just the soapy water from their head running down their back and ass crack, that's getting it clean. It's not. It's not. Scrub. Okay? Scrub. You hear me? Scrub with soap, water, and a fresh washcloth. I'm freaking out. Washcloth. All right? Scrub it. And for the ladies specifically, let me say this. Scrub it all off. Get it nice and clean. Make sure your hands are clean. And here's what I want you to do. In the shower, take a finger, pick a finger that feels like that's going to be the effective finger for you, okay? Go inside her. Mm-hmm. Clean around in there. Rinse with water. And then clean her again. Okay? Good. And for the back, men and women, you need to clean that a little extra too. Okay? Go in there a little bit. Soap and water, scrub everything. Clean it all. Get all the nooks and the crannies. Get all the crevices. Everything. Scrub it with soap and water. And then rinse. Twice as good. All right? Because that's how soap works. Look into it. Anyway, now when you go to the bathroom, let's talk about this one. Um, I understand bidets being like clean. You can also get like this portable version, and that's supposed to be better for women, particularly because our pH is very sensitive. So a lot of toilet papers irritate us. But that's not always the case. You can't always do that. You can't always use like the bottle of water to rinse her and pat dry with a cloth and then toss the cloth in dirty clothes. Okay, I get it. But here's the thing. Don't ever, and this includes with babies, okay? So if you have a baby and you're changing their diaper, a lot of people don't think about this, but don't ever, ever, ever wipe back to front. Don't do that. You're getting the bacteria, the poo, the whatever from back to front. That's bad for the pH. Don't do that. Front to back. Front to back. Even the babies. Okay? So, for yourself as well, don't do back to front. It's front to back. Front to back. If you took a shit, you want to get that cleaned up. Don't let it go near the front. Don't let it go near the front until that's clean. And then you want to take a wipe, pH friendly wipe, okay, and clean your ass. Clean your ass. Don't be afraid to get a little bit up in there. Clean it out and then clean it some more with the wipe. And then go back in with the toilet paper. You're going to realize that just toilet paper alone didn't clean it as well as you thought. Mm-hmm. Clean that shit. And then clean the front and the back. Okay? You do not mix the back to the front. Don't do it. And the men, when they take a shit, their balls are in the toilet. You need to clean that shit. You need to clean that shit out. So don't, keeping in mind, a woman's pH is very sensitive. And also, that's disgusting. So don't have your fucking shit inside the toilet and then ask for a blowjob or sex. That's disgusting. Get in the fucking shower and soap that shit off. Okay? Okay. Anyway, so that's how you clean in the bathroom. Also, hair is like a personal choice. You want to groom it, you don't want to groom it, just keep it clean. Just keep it clean. Okay? Keep it clean. Let me check my notes. Where am I at here? Oh, um, ah, oh my God, I'm dropping everything. Sorry about that. Hygiene when it comes to oral hygiene. This one, you need to at least brush your teeth, toothpaste, toothbrush, electric toothbrush even better, twice a day. All right? Even better, if at least once a day, you also, like at the end of the day, because you've had food and shit, if you also do the floss and mouthwash. And this is the order that you go in. Floss, mouthwash, toothbrushing. That's the order you go in. It's like um exfoliating, soaping, moisturizing. I guess that's one way to put it. Oh shit, I lost my notes. Um, oh, did I mention that before? After your shower, moisturize everything, every time, every fucking time. Okay? Every time, everything. Nail hygiene. Yeah, that's something I didn't mention. If you have really long nails, then you should probably get one of those, I don't know, I guess they're called like a manicure brush, and really cleaning the inside of the nails to make sure that you're getting the dirt and bacteria out of there. If you have a dirty job, you're probably going to want a manicure brush to really scrub and get inside the nails clean because you don't want to keep that nastiness in there, especially if you're going to finger somebody. Don't, don't, don't have nasty nails doing that. That's so bad for the BH. Um, brush your whole mouth. Did I mention that? Not just the teeth. You want to get the tongue and everything else too. Let's see. Well, since we're speaking of hygiene and we're all adults here, we should be. If not, get out of here. Um, sex toys. They need to be cleaned properly too. After every single use. After every single use, clean their toys. Okay. Oh, period hygiene. Right. So Okay, I'm back. Anyway, where was I? Menstrual hygiene, I think. So that obviously you have to figure out what is comfortable for your own body and your body's needs, whether it's the menstrual cup or tampons or pads, free bleeding for some people, the period panty things. Um, okay, well, that just popped up. Oop. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Pop-ups. Hello, get out of the way. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that didn't mess anything up. So, anyhow, whatever's comfortable for you and your body. If it's like really painful, that's probably not a good fit. But regardless of whichever you choose, it needs to be cleaned out or changed frequently. That's not something that you should be sitting in all day. And for a lot of women, I've heard that they will wear tampons and still pee with the tampon in. For a lot of people, though, that piece is going to go up the string. The string is going to soak that up and take it right up in you. So, something to consider, at least. Should probably be changed, but change it often. Whatever it is, try to change it often. Try to keep things clean. If you need to use a wipe, if you need to use some of the cleaning bottles, whatever, just um definitely want to have good hygiene with that. And obviously cleaning your hands as well is very important. Um, yeah, I think I don't know if there's really anything more to say when it comes to that sort of hygiene. Hopefully that's enough. Um, Wearing deodorant. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's important. I just do. I think people should wear deodorant and some natural deodorants. You have to be careful with them. For whatever reason, they'll make you smell like onions. I don't know why or what that's about. So you might have to try to figure out which one works well for you and your body's natural scents. Some deodorants, especially if you have sensitive skin, it kind of creates like a rash or a chemical burn, and you got to be careful with that. You definitely don't want to deal with that, but I know some people are anti-deodorant, but I'm not. Sorry, I'm just not. But if you're gonna go without, then you might want to have like the cleaning wipes and just try to take extra care with keeping that area a little cleaner. Um, let's see. What else? I think the gym thing, again, like, or if you play any kind of sports, just being extra mindful about how dirty people are and surfaces are. So you definitely want to be cleaning yourself after that. You really should not be doing any kind of exercise and then just stewing in that nastiness for the rest of the day. You want to get showered off as soon as possible. And if you're going to be in a public shower, at least wear some shower shoes. Try to avoid that foot fungus. Try not to walk around barefoot in public areas with humans. Like in the grass at home is one thing, but where humans are is another, because humans are nasty. Okay. So be mindful of that. And I don't think it would be a bad thing to like disinfect your flip-flops and stuff. If you like wearing flip-flops, any kind of shoes like that, not a bad thing to take a cleaning wipe, just to make sure that your feet are going to be taken care of. Um, this is like a random side note that has really nothing to do with hygiene, but just a safety thing. While driving, wearing flip-flops or heels, be careful. And also if you're going to take them off when you drive, don't put them at your feet as the driver. because it could end up underneath the pedals, and that's very dangerous. And always wear your seatbelt. A airbag and seatbelt are designed to work together. If you're not wearing your seatbelt, your ass is gonna get launched, and that's not a good thing. So wear the goddamn seatbelt, okay? Anyway, um, disinfecting stuff around your house too that a lot of people may not think about, but if you're touching it, it should be disinfected, like the remote, the keyboard, desk, table, like it needs to be cleaned pretty often, at least once a week. That way it's just getting disinfected because again, like it's high surface touch. Oh, that didn't make sense. Did it? Did it? I don't know. If you're touching it a lot, it needs to be cleaned frequently. So think about the things that you're touching a lot around your house and just know that that needs to be disinfected. Like even microwave handles, fridge handles, things like that. Um, Light switches, door handles, all of these things are just part of hygiene and trying to keep it clean. Um, if you travel, that's like a whole other layer of issues, really. If you're gonna go on an airplane, for example, then if you can take some travel cleaning wipes and just disinfect the uh the tray, the armrest, maybe even the seatbelt, whatever you can, that's probably gonna be a good idea. And having some hand sanitizer or something. But yeah. That just grosses me out to think about. Anyway, makeup is something else. If you wear makeup, that's listen, I'm bad about this. Okay, I am. I'm really bad about this. I don't clean my makeup stuff as often as I should. Some people are really good about it and they will clean their brushes after every single use and their makeup sponge after every single use. I wish, okay? I'm not that good about it. But I do try to, it should be a goal at least once a week to disinfect all of your makeup. And I don't mean obviously like taking disinfectant to the powders and things like that, but the outside, like the makeup case. Um, I actually have mine next to me. So something like this, like you're touching this every time. Well, every time you use it, you're touching it. And even your hands should always be clean before you put makeup on. Your face should be clean and moisturized before you put makeup on. And all of your makeup should be cleaned and wiped off. At least once a week is probably a good thing if you're wearing makeup every day or almost every day. So, like a disinfectant wipe on the outside of this. And everything else that you use, the makeup brushes, take a disinfectant wipe to the handles of the brushes. And then for the bristles themselves, I personally like to use um, my my face wash that I use to remove the makeup with. That's what I like to use to clean the bristles off with. I feel like that works so much better than other soap, and it just makes sense because it's to clean makeup off my face. So why wouldn't I use that for the makeup brushes? And it seems to also not damage the brushes. So that's important. Quite literally every bit of your makeup that you use should be getting cleaned off. Eyeliners, that should get a disinfectant wipe. And yeah, so just don't neglect that part either. And if whatever you're storing your makeup in, that should be wiped as well to keep that clean. And a beauty sponge that I am better about soaping off more often than the brushes because um well, I use that to put on the foundation and things like that. So anyway, and I have to have it wet, so I might as well clean it, you know? Um, yeah, and otherwise just regular all the time hygiene, being really mindful of keeping your hands clean is important as well. So every single time you use the bathroom, I don't care if it's at your own house, wash your hands with soap every single time. If you change a diaper, wash your hands with soap after every single time. If it's somebody else's kid and you're babysitting or you whatever, use gloves and then wash your hands after. Because it's still like if you are using if you're babysitting and you're using breast milk, like that's somebody's bodily fluids. It's not a bad thing to wear a glove while you're bottle feeding with breast milk of somebody else's milk and then wash your hands because it's bodily fluids. It's just trying to be clean, you know? Not a bad thing. So again, just be mindful of hand washing when you come in from being out in public. Wash your hands with soap. After you work out, wash your hands with soap while you're still at the gym. Okay? And every single time you use the bathroom, wash your hands with soap. And if you're like, duh, okay, well, you might be surprised at the amount of people that don't. It's gross. I've even seen people use public bathrooms and not wash their hands after. That freaks me out to no end. So, yeah, wash your fucking hands with soap. And just a little splish splash is not enough. Like, scrub that soap on there and rinse. If you are going to be sexually active, you need to be clean. You need to be clean. If you are going to have your hands part of it, your hands need to be clean. Okay? Like freshly washed. Spontaneous stuff is great, yes, but is it worth messing up your pH for? Probably not. They need to have clean hands. You need to have clean hands. The body needs to be clean as well. Like, ideally, you will be not that far from having had a shower. That way, the parts are clean. Because again, a woman's pH is very sensitive and it should be respected. And so things should be clean. Also, speaking of a woman's pH, be careful about the lubricants that you use if you use any, because the pH being sensitive, you don't want to use something that is going to irritate her. Same with protection. What's irritating, what's not. Like figure it out for your body and go with what actually works for you. And don't let them touch you when they're dirty. The least they can do is be clean. Okay? God. I was talking to this one girl a while back where a guy gave her a yeast infection because his hands weren't as clean as she thought they were, and she let him finger her and was like, girl. But she learned. She learned. Making sure his hands are clean. It really is important. It really is so sensitive. And afterwards, okay, after sexual activity, go pee, and clean up. Clean up, go pee, because you need to clear out your um urinary tract system, okay, your urinary system. Like you need to clean it out. Man or woman, doesn't matter, whatever your parts are, you need to go pee after, especially a woman, and clean it up in the air. Like if you don't want to take a full-on shower after, at least clean the area to some degree. And I don't mean just like wiping it off and calling it a day. I mean, when you go pee, get, I don't care if it's a cup, I don't care if it's a wash bottle, a bidet, you hike your leg over the fucking bathtub. I don't care. Like get get water and wash the area. If you can do a little soap as well, that's even better. And again, finger method with clean hands, clean in there, okay? You want that area to be as fresh and clean as possible because if for no other reason, then at least take care of your pH. It's just not worth her getting irritated. And it's going to be cleaner, it's going to smell nicer, it's going to be fresher. So just do it, okay? It's all around better. And I think that's pretty much the stuff that I wanted to mostly cover. Um, It's, I think that was all. I think that was all. It's important. It really is. And actually, something that I didn't mention, if you are going to shave, then, and I don't like whatever area you want to shave, whether it's your pits, your legs, your whatever. It is even more important to exfoliate because you can end up with ingrown hairs, just irritated skin. So if you exfoliate, it's supposed to help with that. Same with waxing. If you get any kind of waxing, whatever, like you want to exfoliate because it helps prevent irritation. Also, if you're gonna go get waxed, go clean. I heard a waxer talking about the fact that some people go dirty. They'll go after a full day of work. They'll go after the gym. They'll go like after having not showered in a few days. Like, what do you mean? Go clean. It's the least you can do. Like, go clean. Be clean when you go. What do you mean? Anyway, and if you're going to shave your legs, whatever, at home, it is good to use soap before and after because it's like I don't know, people say it's like micro tears of the skin. And I noticed a difference whenever I started using soap before shaving, and then I still have to do it after. And I noticed that my skin is far less irritated. Like even if you get like the raspberry rash or whatever it's called, like the little teeny tiny red bumps, that little irritation, it can help with that too. So, and make sure that you're changing out your razors. And if you need to think about an order to go in for like an everything shower, then I would say soap your scalp, scrub your scalp. We're talking about everything shower here. So if you don't know what that is, you're about to learn. This is a woman's everything shower. Scrub your scalp with your soap and rinse that out and then get more shampoo. I meant shampoo, not soap, whatever. But I mean shampoo. Then get another round of shampoo, a little more this time. Get your scalp, really scrub in there, and then get the rest of your hair as well because it's fucking dirty. It needs to be cleaned. If you want to shampoo the whole thing twice, then do it, not just the scalp. Everything, it's the same concept of not just letting the soapy water cascade down your body and thinking that's clean enough. It's not. Like the whole thing needs to actually be washed. So do that, then rinse it out, and then condition. And you don't have to take the conditioner to your scalp. Some say stop like here, um, away from your scalp and down for the rest of your hair to condition. Like my hair needs more than that. It just does. So I don't scrub this conditioning treatment into my scalp, but I will get all of it conditioned. And before you even shower, you can put oil treatments in your hair. And it can be the same thing where it's not scrubbed into your scalp, but like especially the ends and the longer parts of your hair. Put the oil treatments on. Grapeseed oil is really good. A specific hair oil's fine. Coconut oil, things like that. Whatever. Do the oil treatment. It doesn't have to be sat on overnight. Just like an hour is good. Um, and then take your shower. So, yeah. And then the conditioning, you can do deep conditioning and let that set while you're exfoliating. And what I like to do, I have an exfoliator. It's kind of like a towel netting thing. And I put a little soap on that and I'll exfoliate my whole body with it. Sometimes I'll do my face before I put soap on it with that. That might be a little too intense for some people, but I have really dry skin, so I like it. But anyway, then I'll exfoliate everything with that. And then for the bottom of your feet, A pumice stone is really good for that. You can also use that on your knees, maybe your hands, like if there's just a more calloused area, um, or extra dry area, then you can use the pumice stone on that area. And then rinse all that off and then shave whatever you're gonna shave. And then I rinse the conditioner. Um, if I had makeup on before I did my everything shower, I will wash my face before I wash my hair. But then after I rinse the conditioner, I'll use my hair towel. I do like a separate hair towel, hair specific towel instead of my regular towel. A lot of people also like a cotton shirt. Whatever works for you, do that. And also, I'll wrap that up while I'm still in the shower. And then I will wash my face. And then I'll take my washcloth, scrub my body with the soap. And then I'll rinse everything because I don't feel like it's as clean to do the soap and then hair rinse last. Like, not for me. I have an order of operations here, okay? I need to go in order. So, yeah, and then you get out and you moisturize everything. And it takes a lot more work than it may seem. It takes a lot more effort, a lot more time, but there you go. Highly recommend. At least once a week for the everything shower, and it does take a lot of work. If you're gonna dermaplane, that's something to do before the everything shower as well. And it is obviously recommended to have clean skin before you do that, and some face oil on there as well. And then you do the shower and like really scrubbing all after the hair. Let's see what else. See, and this is why I probably should have written it down. Oh, teeth whitening. Love teeth whitening. I think that that is a really good part of hygiene is to do some sort of teeth whitening that feels right for you. And that can be as often as you feel like is right for you and your mouth. Like if you're highly sensitive, you're probably not going to tolerate doing like if it even if it recommends it on the package to do this go through the strips like one strip a day for a week or whatever. Like if your teeth are really sensitive, that might not go well. So, what works better for you? Um, if it is just a teeth whitening the same day you do your everything shower because you're going to be in there for a while, then that's fine too. And you can get your teeth to the point where you want it and then do like a maintenance thing. That's up to you. Or you don't have to whiten them at all. It's just if you want to do that. There you go. And brush your teeth after to really cleanse up. Sorry, my nose is itching so bad. Um, brush your teeth after to really cleanse off the the chemicals of the teeth whitening thing. So, anyway, that's pretty much that. Hopefully it's helpful. Um, and I didn't mention because this is something that I want to do and I haven't done yet, but it is supposed to be really good, so I am going to mention it since it popped into my head and I was going to be done, but here we are. Doing a clay mask on your armpits is supposed to help like d detox the area. I don't know how often, to be honest. Maybe once a month, maybe once a week. I'm not sure. But do the clay mask on your pits. All right. And yeah, keeping up with the deodorant, or at least keeping the area clean as much as you can. Because what makes them stink, aside from what you eat is going to change how you smell. It's going to change your pores, like what comes out of your pores and all that. It is going to change your scent and your taste. So is your cleanliness. Um, but what makes your pits stink is the bacteria there. So if you're keeping the area cleaner, then it's not going to be as smelly. So it wouldn't be a bad thing to carry around wipes to clean the area and put on fresh deodorant through the day. Or at least midway through the day or whatever, like on your lunch break or something, if you do normal full-time, part-time type of thing. Um, So anyway, as far as skincare and stuff goes, if you want to do the extra like face mask, that's look into your skin type and things that actually work for you. I have highly sensitive skin and I'm really bad about doing face masks. So there's that. And the same with like professional skincare treatments. It's what you can afford and what works well for you. And it can be an exploration. For me, I can't do the 20-step skincare thing. It doesn't work for me. My skin is highly sensitive and I don't want to do that anyway. I keep it more minimal. And I talked about this more in the de-influencing beauty episode if you want to check that out. But anyway, I think that's pretty much a hopefully a decent overview of hygiene tips and a lot of people just don't know. They just don't know or they don't think about it or they haven't learned, whatever the case may be. So this isn't to make anybody feel gross or bad or anything like that. This is just educational. And if you are like, I'm not fucking doing that, that's your choice. That is your choice. Oh, I didn't mention, but it is good to have hand sanitizer in your car. I sanitize as soon as I get in. If I have to, even if you go through a drive-through or you're picking up groceries or whatever, sanitize after that too. Like, also not a bad thing to go through and like clean your cards and stuff with sanitizing wipes. But anyway, yeah. If you don't want to be as crazy about it as I am, that's okay. I'm just letting you know. And I hope that you found this helpful and at least something to consider and think about. But until next time, take good care of yourself and do stuff that feels fun. And we don't get enough of that. So don't forget to play and have fun in life. And self-care, try to prioritize it as much as you can. Anyway, until next time, if you want to follow the show, go to my website, whatever, then the links for all of that, it's in the show notes. If you have any requests, you can send that in and or questions, whatever, you can send it in. I have a contact form on my website that would be a good place. Wow, I'm just noticing the cat hair on the mic. That's gross. Um, anyway, uh, yeah, I think that's all. So take care of yourself. Till next time. Goodbye. Hopefully I'll see you next time.